Okay, so we're just going to run through the setup of a brake controller. This is a Prodigy P2. And you notice on the screen at the moment we've got a C. The C is for connected. When you're not plugged in, the caravan's not on the back of the car, you'll see NC on the screen when you first put on the brake pedal. That's not connected, no caravan, however you want to remember it. If you ever see NC on the screen when you hook the van onto the back, check your connection. The controller's not registering the brake magnets and it will go into sleep mode. So we always want to see C on the screen when we've got the van on the back, up until you put your foot on the brake pedal, when it will change to numbers and show you how many volts are going back to your brake magnets at that moment. Now to set the Prodigy up, we pull the hand control all the way across and just roll this dial on the top left. And you can take it up to 12-13 volts maximum or down to 0. If it's on 0, the controller will flash at you. It's letting you know there's no power going to your brakes. We find most caravans are right somewhere between 5 and 8 volts. When we install a controller here, we always set them up to about 7.5 in the workshop, which is a good starting point. So when you hook your van on for the first time with your new controller, head out down the road and do a couple of gentle stops as if you're just coasting up to the traffic lights. And you should see somewhere between 1 and 2 volts on the screen. The harder you then brake in the car, the higher that number will go. But you're looking for a nice smooth stop, not at all grabby. You don't want to feel the van pulling the car back. Everything should be working nice and smoothly together. Now you may find that you need to drop that setting a little bit to get it nice and smooth, and try again. Make sure that it's nice and smooth. When that's all good, make sure no one's behind you and try a hard stop. In which case the controller should go straight up to maximum power. You don't want to feel that the van is pushing the car at all, but you also don't want to feel the van pulling the car back. You want the van brakes looking after the van, the car brakes looking after the car. It should all work smoothly together. Okay, now you might also notice there's one dot to the left of the C. That tells us there's no boost on. The Prodigy has a really handy feature, which is 3 levels of boost, and that's this button on the top right. If we press this button once, it tells us what mode we're currently on. Now B, with nothing after it, that's no boost. If we press it a second time, we go to boost 1, and we get a second dot on the screen. Anytime you see 2 dots on the screen, you know you're on one of the boost modes. Of course, if you press that button once, it'll tell you which one. Press it again, we go to boost 2, boost 3, off. And if you just keep pressing that button, it'll just keep scrolling through those modes. Now what the boost does, when you put your foot on the brake pedal with no boost on, the controller starts out from 0. It works out how hard you're braking in the car, and it gently curves up to match that. But it is starting from 0. When we go to boost 1, the instant you put your foot on the brake pedal, the controller gives you about 15% of whatever you're set on. So if we're set on 6.5 volts now, that'll give us around about the 1 volt mark instantly. And then it will curve up from there. Slightly quicker than it would on normal mode, and it'll go slightly higher proportionally. If we go to boost 2, that then becomes 30%. So as soon as you put your foot on the brake pedal, you got nearly 2 volts there. Boost 3, probably overkill for most situations. What we would recommend the boost for, wet weather, we'd go straight to boost 1. The reason being, if you try to do an emergency stop on a wet, slippery road, as soon as you hit the brakes in the car, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to lock up the front wheels. Then your ABS will kick in, release the brake pressure, reapply. You'll get that pulsing feeling through the brake pedal. As a result, the controller won't be able to tell that you're trying to do a quick stop, so it won't kick in and give you enough brakes to help. If we go straight to boost 1 on wet weather, then the instant you touch the brake pedal, it gives you that 15%, and it will just pull you back take that load off the car so the car brakes can do their thing, slow you down. If you're doing a steep descent, now I'm talking something like the big hill down into Adelaide, or the Clyde Mountain down to Bateman's Bay, or the Toowoomba Range, something like that. We'd probably try boost 1, more likely boost 2. If you've got, say, a 3-ton van on the back of a 2-ton car, you've got 5 tons running down a hill. When you put your foot on the brake pedal, you do not want the brake controller starting out at 0. You want something there straight away. Otherwise, you are trying to pull up 5 tons on a steep descent, gravity's working against you, the controller won't sense that you're trying to do pull all that back, you're going to burn out the brakes on your car. So if you go straight to boost, that will then give you some brakes there instantly. As soon as you touch the pedal, it takes that load off the back of the car so the car brakes can slow you down. If you ever get any sway up with the Caravan, pull the hand control across. That will operate the Caravan brakes on their own. The car keeps driving forwards, the van's trying to go backwards, it will pull everything straight, get you out of trouble.